When the governor mounts passing of special advisor's wife, Hajiya Khadija. When they launch Donate Blood Save Life campaign to boost voluntary blood donation. When they start partners with Tunisian Moroccan consortium to tackle water shortage. Good evening, viewers. Welcome to 25 News. My name is Anna Teacher Polycarp with the news tonight. Gombe State Governor Muhammad Iwaya has expressed profound sorrow over the passing of Hajiya Khadija, wife of his special advisor on security matters, Honorable Abubakar Aminu Musa. In a press statement from the Director General Press Affairs Gombe State House, Gombe House, Ismail Ubanisili, revealed that the late Hajiya Khadija passed away yesterday following a brief illness. In a show of solidarity, the governor sent a high-powered government delegation to attend the funeral prayer earlier today in Hirogana. The delegation was led by the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Ibrahim Abubakar Jodi, and include the Chief of Staff, Abubakar Inwakari, the Head of Civil Service, Ahmad Qasim Abdullahi, as well as Commissioner, top officials, and senior orders. In a condolence message, Governor Yahaya described the loss as painful, not only for the Brewer family, but also for all who knew the late Hajiya Khadija, praising her humility, compassion, and commitment to family values. He extended heartfelt condolences to Honorable Abubakar Aminu Musa and the family, urging them to find comfort in her exemplary life and strength in their faith. The governor prayed that Almighty Allah forgives her shortcomings and grants her eternal peace in Al-Jannah al-Firdausi. The Gombe State government has launched a voluntary blood donation campaign titled Donate Blood Save Life at Gombe State Specialist Hospital. The event was inaugurated by Governor Muhammad Iwaya, represented by Deputy Governor Dr. Manasa Daniel Jato. Dr. Jato described the initiative as the first of its kind in the state, aimed at ensuring the steady blood supply during emergencies and reducing preventable deaths. He urged eligible residents to donate blood as an act of love and compassion, stressing that saving life is a collective responsibility.
Babu dole babu mai gogo kawai muke musu tun da kin ga yawan mutanen da suka fito daga kowane sace da kuma su mutanen banki da suka taimaka mana da kudin da zamu shishirya wannan kuma na roƙon mutanen Gombe su kamuci kansu a cikin nasu jinin nan da ke bayarwa baka san kowa zai zo ya
State Commissioner for Health Dr. Habu Bahiru explained that the campaign was deliberately held on Valentine's Day to symbolize love and sacrifice. He revealed that the state has collected approximately 250 pints of blood, with a target of 1,000 pints to be distributed to hospitals, including the Federal Teaching Hospital Gombe, and facilities across the state's 11 local government areas. Only individuals aged 19 to 55 are eligible to donate, while pregnant women are excluded. The government also plans to prevent the commercialization of blood and ensure it is freely available to patients in need.
Ana samun yawan mace-mace na mata musamman lokacin aihuwa da bayan aihuwa. Muna samun kuma yawan mace-mace bayan an yi hatsarin mota wanda yake bukata an samu kaukaraya ko ana bukatar jini babu jini. Sai shi yasa muka kirkiro.
The senior district head of Gombe, Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Muhammad, represented by Alhaji Abubakar Abdul Qadir Abubakar, commended the government, donors and partners for supporting healthcare organizations, including WHO and Jama'atu Izalatul Bid'ah. Suna praised the initiative as life-saving, describing blood donation as both a civic and spiritual duty. The event featured the full donation process, counseling, screening, collection and storage, and and donors were presented with certificates and refreshment packs. The Public Complaints Commission, Gombe State Office, says it has received a total of 11,219 cases between January and December 2025. The Commission disclosed this in a press release issued from its office in Gombe. According to the statement, 4,812 cases were successfully resolved, while others are still at various stages of investigation in both public and private organizations across the state. It also entertained complaints from public on issues including wrongful termination of appointment, wrongful dismissal from service, non-payment of retirement benefits, non-payment of death benefits, as well as non-payment of pension and gratuities. The Commission commended organizations in the state that have cooperated with it in the discharge of its statutory responsibilities of promoting administrative best practice. However, it warned that its enforcement unit is fully prepared to prosecute offenders who violate provision of its acts. It therefore advised governments and private establishments yet to respond to its letters and recommendations to do so promptly to enable its effectiveness promote good governance in the state. The Commission reiterated its commitment to ensuring administrative justice and accountability in Gombe State. The Northeast Development Commission, NEDC, has distributed relief materials to orphans, vulnerable persons, and less privileged in Kwame local government area of Gombe State. The distribution exercise, which took place at Bojo Ward, was flagged off by the Executive Director of NEDC, Alhaji Abdisalam Yahya Ahmad. Speaking on the occasion, he said the gesture aimed to provide support and improve lives of orphans and vulnerable members of the community. Represented by Madam Adamu Abdul Gadam, the Executive Director called on beneficiaries to make good use of the items in enhancing their standard of living. Commenting on the exercise, the APC Chairman of Bojo Ward, Madam Ibrahim Babba, expressed appreciation to Alhaji Abdisalam Yahya for initiating programs that uplift the living standard of people in Kwame and across Gombe State. He also commended Madam Adamu Gadam for his dedication and responsibility in ensuring a smooth distribution process, adding that the items will significantly benefit the recipient. Some beneficiaries, including Abubakar Yahya, Tabawa Isa, and Suleiman Abubakar, thanked Alhaji Abdisalam Yahya for the support and urged the philanthropist and wealthy individuals to follow his example. Our reporter at the scene noted that the relief material provided including bag of rice, carton of spaghetti, wrappers, cheddar, groundnut oil, and other essential items. Gombe State is set to receive a major boost in efforts to end the penalized shortage of water in Gombe City in its environs, following the signing of a memorandum of understanding with the Tunisian and Moroccan consortium. The agreement is expected to pave the way for strategic intervention in the state water supply system, which has faced persistent challenges over the years. Details of this report will come in our subsequent bulletin. Governor Muhammad Iwaya has honored with an award of excellence by the Institute of Cooperative Professionals of Nigeria, Gombe State Chapter, in recognition of the general youth and development of the state. The award was presented during the institution's annual conference at Amina Hall, themed Cooperatives for Sustainable Development. Correspondent Kabiru Garibab Ojobe, who covers the event, files in the report.
Representing the governor while receiving the award and declaring the conference open, Alhaji Alassam Muhammad called on the cooperative members to adhere strictly to the rules governing cooperative societies. He also urged participants to support government policies aimed at advancing the state's development. During the conference, Malam Adam Muhammad Ibrahim Bojude delivered a presentation on cooperative formation finance, and management. He encouraged participants to enlighten their neighbors about the benefits and capabilities of cooperatives, highlighting how these organizations can serve as viable channels for personal savings and community development.
There are modalities in accordance with the word of the cooperative society because there are amendments. We have like a sample bio that is applicable, that is subject to be amended by each cooperative society in order to suit their activities.
Meanwhile, Dr. Aminu Dan Azimi addressed attendants on the role of cooperatives as an alternative platforms for micro commerce and small and medium enterprises. He emphasized the untapped opportunities in communities and advised participants to explore minor businesses such as soap and pomade making and production, applying the knowledge gained from the conference. Dr. Dan Azimi concluded his address with a prayer for the sustainable operations of the cooperatives across the state. The event, attended by several dignitaries including Professor Williams Malamai Dambature, Dr. Bala from University Kashere, Mrs. Sarah David from Federal Polytechnic Bauchi, the General Manager of Gombe State Cooperative and Financing Agency, Alhaji Adamu Lawan, and the Honorable Chairman of the local government, Alhaji Muhammad Adam Waziri. The conference concluded with the presentation of certificates to cooperative members. In his farewell remarks, Sani Musa AMPC expressed appreciation to participants for their cooperation and wished them safe journey back home. For GMC News, Kabiru Garbaboju, the reporting.
The Gombe State Chairman of the Council of Ulama of Jama'atu Izalti Bid'ah, Sheikh Hamza Adamu Abdul Hamid, has called on Muslims to intensify acts of worship as the holy month of Ramadan approaches. Speaking to our correspondent during a visit to the Woodley Media Corporation TV Hausa program, the cleric urged Muslims to begin spiritual preparations and remain steadfast in upholding the teachings of the Sunnah. Sheikh Hamza emphasized the importance of donation, devotion, discipline, and unity among Muslims throughout the fasting period, noting that Ramadan presents a unique opportunity for spiritual renewal and moral reawakening.
A rurrufe ƙofin wuta zuwa kukkulle su, wasu fidati shayatai kuma a sanya shaidanu a mari wato turu, zarka a sa su a turu a ɗaɗɗaure su, saboda me kar su yi aikin su na ɓadda jama'a.
He also disclosed that the Jama'atu Izalti Bid'ah is organizing a special training session for clerics who deliver tafsir. According to him, the initiative is aimed at equipping Islamic scholars with modern strategies and deeper understanding of contemporary religious and social issues. The cleric explained that the training formed part of broader efforts to promote sound Islamic knowledge and strengthen moral values within society. Sheikh Hamza further commended the state government for its effort in positioning the state-owned media outfit and charged staff to reciprocate the gesture through dedication and commitment to duty in support of government initiatives.
In watan Ramadana ya zo, za a bubbuɗe ƙofin aljanna. Da kamar yadda aka sani ƙofin aljanna ɗin da yawa suke a bubbuɗe su. Kenan ina mai shiga? Ina mai aikin da zai yi aiki don ya shiga aljanna ga tanan ruwa-ruwa?
He also appealed to well-to-do Muslims to use their wealth to assist the less privileged, especially during Ramadan, noting that many families struggle to afford basic meals, let alone provision for breaking the fast. The State Council of Izala organization has held its weekly preaching session at the Izala No. 2 Juma'at Mosque at Abuja Locust area of Gombe Metropolis, calling on Muslims to make adequate preparations for the forthcoming Ramadan fast. The state chairman of the Izala Council of Ulama, Sheikh Hamza Adamu Abdul Hamid, gave the advice during preaching, reminded Muslims of the importance attached to 5 pillars of Islam, and urge anyone who cites the new month of Ramadan to report through the appropriate and established channels to the relevant authorities. PFSO.
Karɓar aiki shine a ga kana lizimtar aikin da ka yi bayan an gama. Bayan lokaci ya wuce duk aiki mafi ne a ga ka koma ga Allah kana tuba, idan Ramadana ne a ga ka koma abin da kake da mara kyau ka daina.
He emphasized that the month of Ramadan is filled with immense blessings and cautioned worshippers not to be distracted by worldly preparations, and advised Muslims to be mindful of their words and action, noting that self-restraint is key to attaining the full rewards of fasting. In a preaching, Sheikh Aliyu Muhammad Dara stressed the need for peace and proper understanding of the fasting period, urged Muslims to always purify their intentions and ensure they verify credible information regarding the sighting of the moon before commencing the fast. Also speaking, Ustaz Musa Ibrahim Shongo said Allah prescribed fasting to strengthen the faith of believers, and warned that some people deny themselves the blessing of Ramadan by avoiding the fast, so unfounded health claims, and encourage Muslims not to allow the holy month to pass without contributing to charitable cases. On his part, Hafsi Babangida Abdullahi urged Muslims to actively participate in moon sighting rather than relying solely on radio broadcasts or social media reports, and encourage the faithful to personally observe the crescent in accordance with Islamic teachings. Similarly, Malam Magaji Umar and Ustaz Muawiyah Muhammad Bello urged Muslims to prepare spiritually and materially for Ramadan. They advised the faithful to assist the needy, no matter how little, as an act of gratitude to Allah and a means of earning abundant reward during the holy months. The Government Junior Secondary School, Wali Kwame, has honored the Governor of Gombe State, Muhammad Yahya, with an award in recognition of his efforts to improve education in the state, particularly in Kwame Town. The award was received on behalf of the Governor by his special assistant on political matters, Musa Ali, who expressed gratitude to the school management for the honor. Speaking at the ceremony, the permanent secretary of the establishment, Office of the Head of Service, with the state, Suleiman Musa, described the award as well-deserved and highlighted Governor Yahya's commitment to prioritizing education and a drive of state development, and commended the school for recognizing notable sons and daughters of Kwame Town contributing to local progress. The school principal, Isa Umar, thanked the award recipients for their contribution to Kwame's development and encouraged continued support for the town's advancement. Meanwhile, the district head of Kwame, Musa Abdul, praised the awardee and urged them to help tackle the town's persistent water challenges, and called on the Water Board and Ministry of Water Resources to intervene and address the long-standing scarcity.
Da aka yi gwamna a wannan abu ne wanda dama ya cancanta a ce girmama shi ba don komai sai don irin jajircewa da yake a al'ummarsa, ba dare ba rana, ina ka fito aiki ina za ka aiki, a koda yaushe gwamna hankalinsa yana kan al'umma, menene matsalan al'umma ya yi maganin shi, especially shi wannan ilimi da ya zake sosai a kai na ganin cewa al'umma sun ilmanta, ya fito da al'umma daga cikin duhu ya dawo da cikin haske. Irin gine-gine da ake a makarantu, irin yadda ake kula da malamai, irin yadda ake kula da kayan aiki na makarantu da sauransu, haka a gaskiya shine makaranta ta ga dacewan a ƙara masa jinjina da.
He also lauded students for their performance during the event and advised parents to back government efforts to promote education. A total of 20 individuals were recognized at the event, including the governor, the permanent secretary, Munatsu Sali Abdul, the special assistant to the governor, and other notable features. The 14th edition of Kamo Cultural Day, organized by the Kamo Community Development Association, was celebrated in grand style at the Old Vocational Training Center in Botswana. Kamo, Katsumbi local government area, Gombe State. The event drew sons and daughters of the community, traditional rulers, political figures from across Gombe State. Beyond a cultural showcase, the celebration served as a platform to strengthen intercultural solidarity across the Tangali Waja region and promote active community participation. In his opening remark, the national president of the association and Gombe State Commissioner for Agriculture, Animal Husbandry and Cooperatives, Dr. Barnabas Manley, said the annual event brings Kamo indigenes at home and in the diaspora together to reconnect with their roots and contribute to local development. He highlighted plans for the construction of a museum and a 600 capacity event center, while appreciating Gombe State Governor Muhammad Iwahaya for developmental strides recorded in the area. Guest speaker Professor Salisu Ali of the Federal University of Kashari delivered a lecture titled Peace as Prosperity, Building Resilient Community in Gombe State Through Acculturation. He emphasized that sustainable development depends on continuous cultural interaction and that peace reinforced through acculturation fosters social cohesion, economic growth, and effective governance. Also addressing the gathering, the district head of Kamo, Alhaji Nuhu Adamu, praised the large turnout of indigenes and guests, describing the gathering as a statement to peace coexistence in the area. He commended the presence of government agencies, acknowledged local developmental projects, and prayed for the continuity of the Katungo chiefdom and safe journey for all attendees. The event concluded on a celebratory note, reinforcing cultural pride and community solidarity among Kamo indigenes. The Gombe State Athletic Association, in collaboration with the Gombe State Ministry of Youth and Sports, has held the modern edition of the Gombe Today mini marathon in Gombe. The race, sponsored by the association's chairman, Alhaji Adamu Bello, also known as Dan Amar of Pantami, started from Tufri police station and ended at Pantami Stadium, attracting over 150 young athletes. In the men's category, Felix Gideon from Shangom local government area emerged winner, taking home 150,000 naira. In the women's race, Brenda Kennel from Katungu claimed first position with a cash prize of 150,000. Speaking at the event, officials commended the initiatives as a major step towards grassroots talent, discovery and youth development in athletes. Organizers says the championship is aimed at identifying and grooming athletes to represent Gombe State in national and international competition. To end the news, the main items again. You heard that Gombe State Governor Muhammad Iwahaya has expressed deep sorrow over the death of Hajia Khadija, wife of his special advisor on security matters, Honorable Abubakar Amin Musa, who passed away yesterday after a brief illness. In a show of solidarity, Governor Yahaya sent a high-powered government delegation to the funeral prayer in Hiragana. He led by the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Ibrahim Abubakar Jodi, alongside the Chief of Staff, Head of Civil Service, Commissioners, and senior officials. We also heard that the Gombe State Government has officially flagged off the voluntary blood donation initiative, Donate Blood, Save Life, at the Gombe State Specialist Hospital. The event was inaugurated by Deputy Governor Dr. Manasseh Daniel Jato on behalf of Governor Muhammad Iwahaya. And finally, Gombe State is set to mark significant strides in resolving its chronic water shortage, following the signing of a memorandum of understanding with Sukar, a Tunisian Moroccan consortium. The agreement aims to revamp the state's water supply system through strategic interventions. a high-level delegation from Tukar, led by its vice president, visited key facilities including the Gombe Regional Water Service, the Impowa Water Treatment and Power Plants, and the Muhammad Buhari Industrial Park to access existing infrastructure. That's the news. I am your presenter, Anat Chapolikap, saying thanks for listening.